Hi, my name's Billy, I read books and I've read Fate of the Argosi by Sebastian De Castell, and this is the final book of the trilogy that comes at the end of the Spellslinger series. It's a bit of an issue with me and I will tell you about it now. So Fate of the Argosi comes after Fall of the Argosi, which comes after Way of the Argosi, I think it is, which is 3 books, a trilogy at the end of a 7 or 8 book series of the Spellslinger series. And I loved Spellslinger. I really like that. I never read books by the same author, the same series, back to back to back. But I did with that, and I did it on holiday in Greece when I couldn't stand up because I'd hurt my back. So I was in a lot of pain and I was annoyed and cheesed off with myself. So that would normally have a negative impact on whatever it is I'm reading. But I loved it. I read 3 books back to back to back. And when I finished that series, I was so sad because I thought I'm never going to get to read another Spellslinger book. So when I saw that this Argosi trilogy came out, which follows one of the main characters, Ferius Parfax, I think the name is, I was like, well, okay, I don't think I actually wanted to know this or would have asked for this, but hey, if you're giving me more books in this world, I will read it. I will give it a shot. Sadly, it, for me, hasn't worked. And I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because I don't think it's very good. It's almost like it's not written by Sebastian De Castell. If you've read his Greatcoats series, that's more of an adult fantasy book series. It's a lot of violence and witty banter and camaraderie, and it's just sharp and sparky, and it just fizzes with humour, and it's like the author's having a real good time. It's like bang, 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 there you go, have a load of this, and I'm having a real good time as I'm writing it. And then with Spellslinger, it's like he's just toned it down a little bit for a younger audience. And I'm not meaning that in a patronising negative way, but you have Kellen, you have Ferius, you have Kellen's business partner who loves eating eyeballs and stealing biscuits and stealing things, and the 3 of them together, it's just like the Greatcoats again with the Falchi Orchestra and Brasti. They're just like fizzing off the page to each other, and together they all work really well. Then you come to this series and it's Ferius on her own with like her backstory, and it's miserable. It's so downbeat and depressing and not very interesting either for me. It's almost like, and I don't know, look, I don't know, this is just me projecting out and thoughts in my head coming out, that maybe this sounds like someone who's going through a tough time in their personal life and it's reflected in the work. Because the fun and the life and the energy of the 2 other series just isn't here with this. I don't know whether we're just trying a different tone or a different style or what, or it's just because those characters aren't together, and I don't know, it's just boring. It's really boring. And to the point where it's almost like having a negative impact on me in terms of thinking back on the Spellslinger series. I don't think 3 books covering the backstory of this one character was needed, really, because it's just so without giving any spoilers. So in this book, this is the final book, and Ferius is trying to break someone out of some prison. Okay, sounds really relatively interesting, but it's like it's Ferius, and she's thinking back about the past and these people who she knew, and then she's faced with this situation. But because Ferius is ace and she's got these ways of doing things, she sees through everything and solves the problem. And then they get out of the prison and they go somewhere else, and they're in a predicament. But because Ferius is ace and she's seen things and she has all this stuff and she thinks back to all these memories of all these people she's spoken to in the past, she sorts everything out. And repeat all the way through. And then the people she's with in the story as well are not very interesting. They're like, they're just like throwaway nobodies, really. That's how they seem to come across. Just very one-dimensional characters. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. There's no chemistry between them. And yeah, it's just a bit sad and disappointing really, and I just hope that this isn't a sign of the way things are going to go with this author, because I really like. So how many books is Greatcoats? 4, and I think the original Spellslinger series was 7 or 8, so that's about 12 books I really enjoyed. Ooh, I hope these 3 are just a blip. I hope they're just a blip. So sadly I cannot recommend reading these 3. I would recommend Spellslinger. I cannot recommend the Argosi trilogy, if that's what it's called. I'd give this a swerve. You're not really missing anything on finding out Ferius's backstory, in my opinion. But I'm always happy to be corrected and be told that I'm wrong. So let me know in the comments below if you think I'm wrong or if you agree with me. So take care. I will see you in the next video. I'll chat to you in the comments below. Bye bye.